Hello, hello. This is Rebecca Kimes, and welcome to this Empowered Energetics session. This session is going to be focused on helping you increase the amount of money that comes into your reality. Not only increasing the amount of money that comes into your reality, but also let's set the intention that you keep and experience the money that's coming in a way that you want instead of having money come in and then go out for unexpected bills. Okay, so you can kind of think of it as improving your financial flow. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to get started. And let's just begin by taking a deep breath together. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Okay. Now think about your money situation. Think about how much you have, how much you want, how much is going out, how much is coming in, and what all that feels like together. So do you feel scared when you think about your financial situation? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel angry? Do you feel resigned? Like, oh God, it's never going to get better. So I just need to learn to tolerate it. Whatever it is you're feeling, just go within and examine that. Try to come up with one or two words. And again, this is a clearing, so you want to look for the negative emotions, like again, worried, concerned, afraid, angry. So put a label on that dominant emotion and close your eyes and notice where that emotion seems to be in your body. You could feel the energy of that in your gut. You could feel it in your chest or your throat. A lot of people feel it in their head. And how strong is that emotion on a scale from 0 to 10? And you might want to jot that down. So you're looking for how do you feel about your current financial situation? Okay, and how strong is that feeling on a scale from 0 to 10? And where do you feel that emotion in your body? So take note of that. And now we're going to shift over, and I want you to imagine that things turn around after this session and you start getting more money, unexpected cash comes in, your flow increases, you're able to save, you're able to go on the vacation you want, you can buy the presents for other people, you can, invest in property, whatever it is. So even if you need to pause the recording for a moment, get a really, really, really good image in your mind of what improved finances looks like for you. Okay? So take your time, and you again might want to jot some things down. Okay, so now if you stop the recording, welcome back. And if you're still going along with it and we're quickly and easily able to create that financial prosperous picture in your head, how probable is that? Based on your current reality, based on how everything is right now, how probable is that new reality on a scale from 0 to 10? And go ahead and jot down that number. Now, if you're like most people, okay, the first number, the intensity of that negative emotion is going to be high, and the probability of that new dream or that new reality is going to be low. And that's why you're here listening to this session, okay? So take another deep breath, and we're going to actually start clearing the energies, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I am going to strengthen your manifestation center. You may not know what a manifestation center is. That's okay. You can explore my other videos and discover exactly what that is. So you just might want to say to yourself, manifestation center strong. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start deleting all of the tangled energies that are causing you to experience your current financial reality, okay? And we're going to start with the emotions. So whatever that emotion was that you jotted down, let's go ahead and I'm going to say the words delete it. Now, you're never really truly deleting or getting rid of emotions, but it's just a way to anchor in your mind as to what's happening, okay? So we're going to delete all the emotions that you've been feeling around your finances, deleting fear and worry, anxiety, anger. There might be some emotions there that you weren't even aware that you had, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and give those emotions permission to move up and out of your field. And we're going to delete all of those emotions now in their entirety, no matter how long they've been trapped and stored in your body. And we're deleting them all now. Oh my gosh. You might find yourself yawning, burping, doing other like involuntary responses, mostly yawning. Some people burp, and that just lets you know that the energy's clearing. All right, so now we're going to move on and just we're going to delete all the beliefs that have created your current reality, whatever those beliefs are. You know, it's a struggle to increase finances, I'm not worthy, you know, getting wealthy will change who I am, I don't know how, all of those beliefs. We're going to delete those all now, all the way down to 0. And we are now going to ask that the unconscious be revealed for the purpose of deleting any beliefs that are in the unconscious that you're unaware of. Any fears in the unconscious around having financial prosperity, increased financial well-being. We're going to delete all of those unconscious beliefs now. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to shift our focus to the collective consciousness, or I sometimes call it the ancient mind, and that's all that programming of humanity. You know, money's wrong, money's evil. Sounds like a belief, but it's less personal and more comprehensive of what the majority of humanity is experiencing. Okay? This is usually tied to survival programming, wanting to stay alive, wanting attention, or not attention, wanting safety, and wanting positive attention, meaning getting along. So we're not standing out, and thus, if we stand out and we're too different, we might get kicked out of the clan and then we'll die. So again, it's survival programming. I want you to imagine that you were just unplugging from the collective consciousness, especially around finances, and unplugging from that survival programming of the ancient mind. And as you unplug, let's go ahead and strengthen your manifestation center again. And we're going to strengthen and integrate all the energetic shifts and changes that you've experienced already. So go ahead now and look back to your number and see if any shifts have happened. Like if you were a 9, are you now a 7? If you were an 8, are you down to a 4? There's no right, there's no wrong. In some cases, we might have stirred something up and your number is bigger. That's okay. So whatever your number is, just take notice. Paying attention to these numbers, just let your mind know that, hey, something's happening, and it gets your mind on board so it participates in a positive way, and it's not trying to, take over and like shift things around and basically take control and not allow the changes to happen. Okay? We want to make the mind your ally. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into, it's usually a big one, especially based on that big yawn that came out. Social programming. This is all the things you learned from your family, your primary family, your parents, your grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, extended family, neighbors, school. So school could be a huge source of disempowerment for people, whether it be, teachers, other students, classmates, that kind of thing. The institution of being in school. Okay, maybe you weren't good at math and the teacher humiliated you. And that's translating now into you think that because you're not good at math, you can't have abundant finances. Okay, we never know. It could be the smallest trauma that has gotten stuck in your energy system, and then that trauma has been a source of creation that you didn't even know. So just take a deep breath and allow all the social entanglements be deleted now. I'm just going to hold space while things are shifting, because usually this is a really big category for people. I want to take note to delete any influences from social media, because honestly, social media is typically filled with negativity, disempowerment, you can't, the world is ending, yada, 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 yada. And even if you consciously don't believe it, your unconscious is recording everything. And you could have some unconscious belief that, if you get rich, you're going to be executed. And, you read this on social media and you see a video that talks about, something that's similar, and the unconscious is like, yep, see, it's happening. So we want to remove all the influence from social media. I delete it now all the way down to 0. When I say all the way to 0, that's just an indication that you want these energies to shift until there's nothing left. Now we're going to call in your attention to focus on the spiritual. And this is past lives. Any past lives where you had struggle and strife around finances, let's delete all of that now. If there's been any vows or contracts that you're carrying with you and those are no longer valid, let's delete those now. But let's also use our past lives as a source of empowerment. So if there were any past lives where you were abundant and prosperous and genius with money, let's activate those talents now. Let's activate and bring forth those talents. And in essence, give you permission to use those talents now so you can create that beautiful vision that you were creating earlier. And I'm going to say this again. We're going to call forth all the energy and the wisdom and the talents and the experiences that you have from past lives into this current present reality, so you can use them to create that abundant, prosperous, rich future that you are intending to create in this session. And we're strengthening that all the way up into infinite possibility. And we are commanding that the greatest probabilities of you creating that ideal future be connected with and brought into your field now. There we go. Okay. And so now let's go ahead and, excuse me, I want to strengthen everybody's throat chakra so you are able to, as you're creating your financial future, that you are speaking in authenticity and you are speaking your divine truth in ever increasing amounts of your day-to-day life. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and look at your number again. The number of how strong was that negative emotion? What is it now? And now let's shift over into what's the number for the probability of you experiencing that ideal future. Okay. I'm going to say hopefully it's increasing, right? Hopefully it's feeling closer to you, or it's even feeling like, oh my gosh, the energy of this vision is within me and it just needs to unfold. Okay? Whatever it is, it's okay. Be neutral about whatever your numbers are. We're about halfway through the clearing and strengthening. So now we want to decrease any environmental factors that are weakening you. These environmental factors can include your home, your physical space, if you work in a job, the physical space of your job, if you commute to and from work, your car and the commute itself, when you're going to the grocery store, when you're shopping, if you're going to the yoga studio. We want to set the intention that everywhere you physically are supports you in the highest expression of you. And we are deleting any and all negative influences in your environment now. Okay, so now let's delete any imbalances in your physical body. And I want to strengthen your physical body so you feel in like, I want to say enlivened. So you feel alive and invigorated and energetic and fully like ready to experience the increased financial flow that's coming to you, and it's already been activated in the quantum field, and all you need to do now is just stay in the space of this activation and expect the money or the financial resources, however it's going to manifest in your reality. Okay, just stay open to it, be excited for it, and know that your body is ready to experience this along with you. So you have more joy and more excitement and more adventures. And we're strengthening that all the way up into 100% into infinite potential. And we want to connect with the greatest and easiest probabilities of that coming true in your reality now. Now we want to delete any psychic or empathic connections that are weakening you, especially if there's somebody close to you that, may be a little bit negative or may not believe in your ability to create your reality. Those of you who have empathic abilities that sometimes run the show, okay, we want to delete those now, all the way down to 0. We're not deleting your psychic or empathic abilities per se, but what we're doing is we're deleting those connections that are weakening you and causing you to relive and recreate diminished finances. Okay? But what we do want to do is strengthen your empathic connections that support more money, that support you living a rich life. So only those energetic frequencies or those psychic connections that support you and your expansion, those are the only ones that you're going to notice on your day-to-day. Okay? Now we want to delete any and all gender influences. And that could be if you're a woman, women aren't, supposed to have money, whatever those like physical gender influences are. If you're a man, you got to be strong and fat for your survival. Okay, that kind of thing. We want to delete any and all gender influences as far as that goes. Also, we want to strengthen your divine, energetic, masculine tendencies you're doing. And we also want to strengthen the divine feminine of the receiving. So you're doing and receiving, especially when it comes to money. Okay, so you don't want to be overdoing, and then you're too exhausted and you're feeling unworthy of receiving it anyway. So, and you keep giving it away. Okay. So you want to open up those receiving channels, knowing that you're worthy, knowing that it can be easy. Okay, but you also don't want to fall into that trap of, well, I set my intention. Now, where's my $1 million? Where is it? Where is it? Because we are on the earth to fully engage with life. And engaging with life in a physical way is really activating the masculine, and then reaping the rewards of that as the feminine. So we want both of those balanced. So we're strengthening that balance now all the way into infinite potential. Now we're going to delete any political strangulations, and it could be government politics, or it could be family politics. Could be the politics at your job. All sorts of politics go on. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You got to do this to get along. Okay, so let's just delete and remove all negative influences from politics now so you can have that beautiful dream that you just conjured up. We're going to delete any entities or implants that might be affecting you. I won't spend a lot of time on that. If you feel that you're plagued with unseens like entities, ghosts, things like that, or you have implants that are really wreaking havoc with your field, you can always reach out to me for a private session. Okay, because sometimes those can get pretty sticky. So we're just going to do just a quick, we're deleting all entities and implants now. Now we're going to delete any negative influences from technology. Okay. And we're going to strengthen you to be able to positively use technology for a bright, prosperous, financial now and future. Okay. Now we want to delete any other possible reasons, causes, sources, conditions, or triggers that's causing you to not have the financial future and the financial riches that you are choosing. And we're deleting all those other reasons, causes, or sources now, all the way down to 0. So let's take another look now. And what is your, what's your number? I always feel like it's kind of like those cheesy lines from the 70s, if you were around back then, like, hey, baby, what's your sign? So I'm going to say, like, what's your number? What's the number of that negative emotion? Be honest. If it's like a 2 or less, congratulations. If it's greater than a 2, I invite you to go through this again. Okay, go through this audio or video clearing again. See what else comes up for you. Again, you can always book a private session with me. And now shift over, and how probable does that dream feel? Hopefully it's a 9 or 10. If not, there's some, other things you can do to get into the energy of that. I won't, go through them in this video, but you can always reach out and ask me, what they are. What are some other things you can do to make that ideal vision of your financial future more plausible, where you feel like, oh my gosh, it's inevitable. Because that's the goal. You want to think about having, let's say your goal is to have $20,000 a month from a diverse array of income sources. And you want to be in the energy of, well, of course I'm going to have that. That's what you want it to be. Of course. How could it be anything other than that? Okay, so take a breath. And one more time, I want to strengthen and integrate all your energetic shifts and changes. I want to delete your mind from trying to recreate things as they used to be. And I want to delete your body from trying to recreate like old biochemical processes that supported that old way of being. Take a breath and imagine your very DNA shifting and changing to turn on certain genes and to turn off other genes, so your body is supporting this new version of you, and you can stabilize in this bright new financial future that you've created. So thank you so much for joining me on this Empowered Energetics Clearing audio. I look forward to interacting with you in the next one. Bye for now.